Ladies and gentlemen, let me begin with a simple truth. You don't get what you want in life. You get what you become. If you want to manifest something in 3 days, you must first understand that manifestation is not magic, it's alignment. It is the alignment of your thoughts, your beliefs, and your actions with the future you desire. And if you dedicate 3 days with intensity, with focus, and with discipline, you can start to see a radical shift in your life. The first step to manifesting anything in life begins with a decision, a real, firm, and committed decision. Not a wish, not a hope, not a vague desire you whisper when life feels tough. No, a decision. Because when you truly decide, you cut off all other possibilities and send a powerful signal to your mind, your emotions, and even the world around you that you are serious. Most people never get what they want because they never sit down long enough to decide what they actually want. If you ask the average person what they want in life, they'll say things like, I just want to be happy, or I want to make more money, or I want to be successful. But those statements are too vague, too blurry, too undefined. How much money is more? What does happiness really look like for you? What does success mean in your life? Clarity is power, and lack of clarity is confusion, procrastination, and wasted years. Without clarity, you wander aimlessly. With clarity, you walk directly toward your future. Think about it. If you're setting out on a journey, you don't just say, I want to go somewhere nice. You pick the exact destination. You choose the city, the flight, the hotel. Only when you decide clearly does everything else begin to align. Life works the same way. So here's your challenge for day 1. Define your desire with precision. Grab a notebook and write down exactly what you want to manifest in the next stage of your life. Don't filter it. Don't water it down. Don't write what you think is possible. Write what you truly want. You want to increase your income? Don't just say, I want to earn more. Say, I want to earn $10,000 a month consistently doing meaningful work that I enjoy. Do you want better health? Don't say, I want to be fit. Say, I want to lose 20 pounds, feel strong, and wake up every day with energy and vitality. Do you want a relationship? Don't say, I want love. Say, I want a partner who is kind, supportive, and shares my vision for life. The clearer you are, the stronger the magnetic pull of your desire. Your mind begins to recognize opportunities that align with that vision. The world responds to specificity. Now, once you've written it down, go one step deeper. Ask yourself, why do I want this? The why is the fuel behind the what. If your reason is strong enough, no obstacle will stop you. Jim Rohn often said, when the why gets stronger, the how gets easier. So for each desire, write down 3 to 5 reasons why you must achieve it. Not why it would be nice, but why it's a must. Maybe it's financial freedom for your family. Maybe it's health, so you can play with your kids or grandkids. Maybe it's proving to yourself that you can live a life of purpose. When you connect your desire to a deep reason, it moves from a wish to a mission. Finally, make your decision non-negotiable. Tell yourself, this is happening. No excuses, no delays. When you decide with that kind of clarity, something incredible happens. Your energy shifts. Your posture changes. You begin to walk, talk, and think differently. You are no longer dabbling with possibility. You are committed to a reality. So remember this. Vague goals produce vague results. Clear decisions create clear outcomes. Day 1 is not about dabbling in dreams. It's about drawing a line in the sand and declaring, this is what I want. This is what I will have. This is who I am becoming. And once you decide, the universe conspires to support that decision. Because success, my friends, is not accidental. It is intentional. And intention begins with clarity. If day 1 is about deciding with clarity, then day 2 is about igniting your imagination and charging it with emotion. Decision gives you the target, but vision gives you the fuel to keep moving toward it. You see, the human mind is an extraordinary tool. It has the ability to create entire worlds within seconds. The greatest inventions, the tallest buildings, the most successful businesses, they all began as an idea in someone's imagination before they existed in reality. Jim Rohn used to say, if you can see it in your mind and believe it in your heart, you can hold it in your hands. That is the power of day 2, to see it and to feel it until it becomes so real in your mind that your life has no choice but to catch up with that vision. The mind doesn't know the difference. Here's something fascinating. Your subconscious mind cannot tell the difference between a vividly imagined picture and a real experience. That's why athletes use visualization as part of their training. Take Michael Phelps, the most decorated Olympian of all time. Before each race, he would sit quietly and mentally swim every stroke of the event. He would imagine what the water felt like, how his arms moved, even the sound of the crowd. By the time he got into the pool, he had already swum the race thousands of times in his mind. This is not magic. This is psychology. When you vividly visualize something, your brain wires itself as though you've already lived it. The neurons fire, the patterns form, and when the real event comes, it feels natural, almost inevitable. So if you want to manifest your desire in 3 days, you must dedicate day 2 to creating the inner movie of your future, clear, vivid, and charged with emotion. How to see it clearly. Now the question is, how do you do it? Find a quiet space. Sit somewhere free of distractions. Turn off your phone. Close your eyes. Breathe deeply. Replay your decision. Recall what you wrote down on day 1. Be specific. Let's say it was, I want to earn $10,000 a month doing meaningful work I enjoy. Build the scene. Don't just say the words, create the picture. Where are you when this becomes real? What does your office look like? Are you working at a desk, speaking on a stage, or running your own company? Who are you with? Add sensory detail. What do you hear? Applause? A phone call with good news? The sound of your kids laughing in the background because you're home more often? What do you see? A check with your name on it? A smiling client? Your bank balance on the screen? What do you feel physically and emotionally? Make it vivid. The clearer the vision, the stronger the pull. Don't rush this. Spend 10-15 minutes painting this picture in your mind every morning and every night. The power of emotion. But here's the secret. Seeing it is not enough. You must also feel it. Why? Because emotion is what imprints a vision onto your subconscious. It's not just the picture, it's the energy attached to the picture. If you imagine financial freedom but feel anxious and doubtful, you're programming mixed signals. But if you imagine financial freedom and feel gratitude, joy, and certainty, your mind begins to accept it as reality. Think of the last time you felt deep gratitude. Do you remember how your body softened, your heart opened, and your perspective shifted? That's the state you want to combine with your vision. Gratitude as if it has already happened. Say to yourself, I am so thankful now that I have this life. I am grateful for this success. I am joyful in this abundance. By feeling it as though it's already yours, you create a state of alignment. Your thoughts, emotions, and energy line up with your desire. And when alignment happens, manifestation speeds up. A practical example. Let's take 2 people. Person A says, I want to be successful. I want to be rich someday. But they never visualize it. They never feel it. Their words are empty, disconnected. Their subconscious mind dismisses it as a weak wish. Person B says, I want to earn $10,000 a month. Every day they close their eyes and imagine logging into their bank account and seeing the balance. They feel the relief, the joy, the sense of achievement. They visualize paying off debts, treating their family, giving back to others. They walk around smiling because in their mind it has already happened. Now, who do you think will begin to act differently? Who will notice opportunities? Who will carry themselves with more confidence? Who will attract others who can help them? The answer is obvious. Person B. And it all begins with the power of seeing and feeling. Why vision works. Here's the deeper reason. Your brain has a system called the reticular activating system, RAS. It acts like a filter, deciding what information you notice and what you ignore. Have you ever bought a new car and suddenly you see that same car everywhere on the road? That's your RAS at work. When you visualize your desire consistently, your RAS starts scanning your environment for anything related to that vision. You notice opportunities you would have missed before. People appear in your life. Ideas pop into your mind. It feels like coincidence, but it's not. It's clarity, meeting awareness. The daily ritual. So on day 2, here sits your assignment. Spend at least 15 minutes in the morning visualizing your desire. Picture it as clearly as possible. Add sound, color, movement, and detail. Spend at least 15 minutes at night repeating the process, this time focusing on the emotions. End your day with gratitude, as if your vision has already come true. Write down how you feel after each session. Are you excited, relieved, energized? Anchor those emotions by replaying them during the day. This practice will not only program your mind, it will shift your state of being. You will start to walk, talk, and act differently, because in your mind, the future is already here. The warning: doubt is the enemy. Now let me warn you, when you start this process, your mind may resist. You might hear that little voice saying, "Who are you kidding? This is silly. It's never gonna happen." Don't fight the doubt. Replace it. When the negative voice speaks, override it with your vision. See it again. Feel it again. Doubt weakens with repetition. Faith strengthens with repetition. Remember, every master was once a beginner. Every millionaire once had an empty wallet. Every healthy athlete once struggled to take the first step. What set them apart was not talent alone. It was vision, reinforced daily, until the world caught up. Closing day 2. So day 2 is about more than just seeing, it's about becoming. You are rehearsing your future until it feels natural. You are building emotional certainty before physical proof shows up. When you do this consistently, you will find that opportunities suddenly appear. But they aren't sudden at all. You've been preparing for them in your mind. Jim Rohn said, stand guard at the door of your mind. On day 2, you guard it with a vision so powerful, so vivid, and so emotional that nothing negative can shake you. So remember, decide it on day 1, see it, and feel it on day 2. By the end of day 2, your desire is no longer just words on paper. It is alive in your mind and pulsing in your heart. And once it lives in your heart, it won't be long before it lives in your hands. We've reached the final step in this 3-day journey. On day 1, you decided with clarity. On day 2, you saw it and felt it. But now comes the most important part. You must act as if it is already yours. Why? Because without action, vision is just daydreaming. The mind can prepare you, but only your actions prove you mean business. Manifestation is not magic, it's alignment. And alignment requires that your thoughts, your emotions, and your behaviors all point in the same direction. Jim Rohn used to say, discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. On day 3, that bridge is built when you start living as if your desire has already shown up in your life. The psychology of acting as if. What does it mean to act as if? It means adopting the habits, behaviors, and mindset of the person who already has what you want. It is stepping into the identity of your future self today. Think about it. If someone gave you $10 million right now, would your posture change? Would your tone of voice shift? Would your tone of voice shift? Would your decisions be different? Absolutely. But here's the secret. You don't have to wait for the money to show up before you start carrying yourself with confidence. If you want to attract wealth, begin acting like someone who respects money, manages it wisely, and speaks about abundance, not scarcity. If you want health, start acting like someone who is healthy. Make the food choices, exercise decisions, and sleep patterns of a person who values their body. When you act as if, you're sending a message to your subconscious mind. This is who I am now. And your subconscious will begin aligning your behaviors, habits, and even your opportunities to match that identity. Why action creates momentum. There is a universal truth. Motion creates emotion. The moment you take action, even a small one, you feel different. You create momentum. And momentum builds confidence. For example, let's say your vision is to write a book. On day 1, you decided. On day 2, you visualized holding the finished copy in your hand. On day 3, acting as if means opening your laptop and writing 1 page today, not tomorrow, not next week, but today. Even that small step builds evidence that your vision is real. You see, confidence doesn't come before action. Confidence comes because of action. If you wait until you feel ready, you'll wait forever. But if you act as if you're already capable, readiness will rise to meet you. Practical steps to act. As if. So how do we apply this? Let's break it down. Model the behavior of your future self. If your goal is financial freedom, start budgeting, saving, and investing like someone who values wealth. Don't spend recklessly today and expect abundance tomorrow. If your goal is fitness, start walking, stretching, eating clean. Do the simple daily disciplines of a fit person. Shift your language. The words you use shape your reality. Stop saying if I succeed and start saying when I succeed. Stop saying I can't afford it. Start saying I'm finding a way to afford it. Speak with certainty, not hesitation. Change your environment. Surround yourself with reminders of your future self. Create a workspace that feels professional, even if you're just starting out. Dress in a way that makes you feel confident, not defeated. Your environment should reinforce your new identity, not drag you back to the old one. Take small, aligned actions daily. Don't wait for the perfect opportunity. Ask yourself each day, what would the person I want to become do today? Then do it. Small steps compound into massive change. A story of as if. Let me share a story. A young man wanted to be a speaker. He admired Jim Rohn, Les Brown, Zig Ziglar, but at the time he had no audience, no stage, no reputation. What did he do? He started acting as if he were already a speaker. He practiced in front of a mirror every morning, delivering full speeches with conviction. He dressed professionally, even when no one was watching. He carried himself with confidence, even when his bank account was empty. One day, an opportunity came. Someone asked if he could fill in for a small event, because he had been acting as if he was ready. He gave the speech with the poise of someone who had been speaking for years. That one event led to another, and soon his career took off. Had he waited until the stage arrived, he would have been unprepared. But because he acted as if, the stage found him already equipped. Why? Most people fail. Most people fail to manifest because they stop at day 2. They decide what they want, they visualize it, maybe they even feel it for a few days, but they never act on it. They wait for the perfect conditions. They think manifestation means sitting under a tree waiting for miracles. But here's the truth. Opportunities rarely knock on doors that are closed. You must open the door with action. You must meet life halfway. Jim Rohn said, don't wish for less problems, wish for more skills. Acting as if means building those skills, now not later. Don't wish for the life you want. Practice living it today in small but powerful ways. Overcoming fear on day 3. Now I know what you stir thinking, but what if I fail? What if I look foolish? Acting as if. Let me tell you, everyone feels that fear. But fear fades when you move. The longer you stand still, the louder fear becomes. The moment you take a step, fear weakens. Remember this. Failure is feedback, not finality. Acting as if doesn't guarantee perfection. It guarantees growth. Each action teaches you something. Each step builds strength. And soon you stop acting as if and start acting because I am. The closing challenge. So here is your day 3 challenge. Write down 3 actions your future self would take today. Do them immediately, even if they set small. Carry yourself today as though your dream is already here. Stand taller, speak clearer, walk with purpose. Don't wait until you have the money to feel abundant. Don't wait until you lose the weight to feel confident. Don't wait until the opportunity comes to feel worthy. Act as if today and the results will chase you tomorrow. Final words on day 3. When you decide with clarity, day 1, visualize and feel it, day 2, and then act as if day 3 you have completed the cycle of manifestation. Decision aligns your mind. Vision aligns your heart. Action aligns your behavior. And when mind, heart, and behavior are aligned, life cannot resist giving you what you desire. Remember, manifestation is not a 3-day miracle trick. It is the start of a new identity. In 3 days, you can build a foundation of clarity, vision, and action that will shape the next 3 years of your life. So step into your future self today. Live it now, because the person you become is the person who creates the life you desire. And as Jim Rohn wisely said, success is not to be pursued, it is to be attracted by the person you become. So become it today. Act as if. The truth about manifestation. Now that we've explored clarity, vision, and action, let's pause for a moment and talk about the truth about manifestation. Because too often people get it wrong. You see, manifestation is one of the most misunderstood concepts in personal development. Many believe it's about sitting cross-legged on the floor, closing your eyes, and waiting for the universe to drop a miracle in your lap. They think if they just wish hard enough, things will magically appear. But let me tell you something. Jim Rohn often reminded us of, for things to change, you have to change. For things to get better, you have to get better. Manifestation is not a shortcut. It's not wishful thinking. It's not magic. It's a partnership between your mind, your emotions, and your actions. It's about becoming the kind of person who naturally attracts the results you're asking for. Manifestation is about alignment. The real truth is this. Manifestation is about alignment. It's when your thoughts, your feelings, and your behaviors line up in the same direction. If you think about success but feel doubtful, you're out of alignment. If you feel excited but take no action, you're out of alignment. If you act busily but think negatively, you're out of alignment. True manifestation happens when what you think, what you feel, and what you do all agree. That's when you create momentum. So powerful, life almost seems to bend in your favor. It's not because the universe suddenly started working for you, it's because you finally started working in harmony with yourself. The myth of overnight success. Another truth you need to understand is this. Manifestation is not instant gratification. Yes, in this speech we talk about 3 days because 3 days is enough to rewire your focus, to shift your energy, to align your actions. But make no mistake, it doesn't mean you'll become a millionaire or lose 50 pounds in 3 days. What it does mean is that in 3 days you can become a different person. And once you become a different person, your life has no choice but to change. Remember this, the results you see in life are always a reflection of who you are being. Change the being, and the results must follow. The role of discipline. Manifestation also demands discipline. Anyone can visualize for a day. Anyone can write down their goals once. But the people who truly manifest are the ones who do it consistently. Discipline is the glue that holds manifestation together. Jim Rohn said, discipline weighs ounces, regret weighs tons. A few daily disciplines, writing your goals, practicing gratitude, taking small aligned actions may feel small, but over time they transform everything. You can't plant a seed today and demand fruit tomorrow. You must water it, nurture it, and believe in it. That is how manifestation works. Faith plus work equals manifestation. There's another piece of truth here. Manifestation is both faith and work. Faith without work is fantasy. Work without faith is struggle. But when you combine faith in your vision with disciplined action, that's when miracles happen. Faith gives you the belief that what you desire is possible. Work gives you the evidence that you're serious about it. Together, they create a force that makes you unstoppable. The most important lesson. So here's the most important truth of all. Manifestation is not about getting things. It's about becoming someone. You don't manifest wealth. You manifest the mindset, habits, and skills of a wealthy person. You don't manifest health. You manifest the discipline, energy, and choices of a healthy person. You don't manifest love. You manifest the character, kindness, and confidence of someone worthy of love. When you focus on becoming, the having naturally follows. Jim Rohn said it best. Success is something you attract by the person you become. That's the heart of manifestation. Closing thoughts. So don't fall for the lie that manifestation is sitting back and waiting. Don't think it's about wishing on a star. The truth is much more empowering. Manifestation is a partnership between your mind, your heart, and your actions. When you align your thoughts with clarity, your feelings with gratitude, and your actions with discipline, you set forces in motion that transform your life. It may not all happen overnight, but the moment you step into alignment, your future begins to shift, and soon, what was once a dream in your mind becomes a reality in your life. That is the truth about manifestation. Ignite your life. Ladies and gentlemen, we've walked through a simple yet profound journey together. Day one was about deciding with clarity, choosing exactly what you want. Day two was about seeing it and feeling it, making your vision alive in your imagination. Day three was about acting as if stepping into the habits, behaviors, and identity of the person who already has what you desire. But now comes the final call. You must ignite your life. You see, knowledge alone is not enough. Inspiration alone is not enough. Even good intentions are not enough. What matters is whether you take this message and ignite it into action. The spark within. Every one of us has a spark inside. For some, it's buried under doubt, fear, or years of playing small. For others, it's been smothered by excuses, bad habits, or the opinions of others. But make no mistake, the spark is there. Igniting your life means fanning that spark into a flame. It means refusing to settle for an average existence. It means saying to yourself, enough. I was made for more. I am capable of more. I will live with purpose. The truth is, most people don't fail because they're not talented. They don't fail because they're unlucky. They fail because they never light the fire inside themselves. They never fully commit. Jim Rohn said, without a sense of urgency, desire loses its value. Igniting your life is about living with that urgency, acting today, not tomorrow. Why waiting is dangerous. Let me remind you of something. Life is short. Too many people wait. They wait for the perfect time, the perfect conditions, the perfect opportunity. But waiting is dangerous. The perfect time will never come. The conditions will never be flawless. And the longer you wait, the dimmer your spark becomes. Igniting your life means you stop waiting and start creating. You stop hoping and start building. You stop talking and start doing. Because in the end, it's not the years in your life that matter, it's the life in your years. Living with purpose. To ignite your life, you must live with purpose, not just drifting through days, not just surviving, but living deliberately. Ask yourself, what kind of person do I want to become? What legacy do I want to leave behind? How do I want to be remembered? When you live with purpose, Even ordinary days become extraordinary. The smallest actions take on meaning because they are connected to a larger vision. Purpose is the fuel. Discipline is the spark. Together, they set your life ablaze. A call to action. So here's my challenge to you. Don't let this speech be just another piece of motivation that fades in a few hours. Take the next 3 days and put this formula into action. On day 1, decide with clarity. Write it down. Make it real. On day 2, see it and feel it. Create the vision in your mind until it becomes undeniable. On day 3, act as if, live it, breathe it, and walk in it. And then keep going. Repeat the cycle. Sharpen your clarity. Expand your vision and elevate your actions. Each cycle will make your flame burn brighter. Closing words. My friends, you don't have to wait for someone else to hand you permission to live your best life. You don't have to wait for luck or chance or miracles. You already have within you the power to ignite your life. Decide, believe, act. Do it with urgency, with passion, with commitment, because once you ignite your life, you don't just change your days, you change your destiny. Jim Rohn said, set yourself on fire with enthusiasm and people will come from miles around to watch you burn. So light that fire. Spark your passion. Step boldly into your future. The next 3 days can change the next 3 years of your life, and the next 3 years can change your eternity. So go ahead, ignite your life. The world is waiting for your fire.